प्रकजनार्तिहन् कृष्णा वीरयोषिता निज जन स्मय कृष्णा ध्वंसन स्मित भजसे के भवत् कृष्णा किंकरी स्मनो जलरुहाननं कृष्णा चारुदर्शय प्रणत देहिनां कृष्णा पापकर्षणं तृणचरानुगं कृष्णा श्रीनिकेतनं पणपणार्पितं कृष्णा ते पदाम्बुजं कृणुकुचेषु न कृष्णा कृन्दिहृश्चयं मधुरया गिरा कृष्णा बल्गुवाक्यया बुधमनोज्ञया कृष्णा पुष्करे क्षण विधिकरीरिमा कृष्णा वीर्यमुह्यतीर् अधरसीदुना कृष्णा आप्ययस्वन तव कथामृतं कृष्णा तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितं कृष्णा कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलं कृष्णा श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ते कृष्णा भूरिधा जना। हरि ओम।
Thank you. Gayatri.
Yes, uncle.
Padma.
Vishamakara Kannan.
Come on the screen. Come on the screen.
வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டு பாடி விதவிதமாய் ஆட்டம் ஆடி நாழிக்கொரு லீலை செய்யும் நந்த கோபால கிருஷ்ணன்.
வீடியோ போடுமா?
இல்ல அங்கிள், சிக்னல் ரொம்ப எராட்டிக்கா இருக்கு.
சரி,
சிக்னல் இஸ் எராட்டிக். சோ விஷமகார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் பொல்லாத விஷமகார கண்ணன் வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டு பாடி விதவிதமாய் ஆட்டம் ஆடி நாழிக்கொரு லீலை செய்யும் நந்தா கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் நீலமேகம் போலே இருப்பான் பாடினாலோ நெஞ்சில் வந்து கூடியிருப்பான் நீலமேகம் போலே இருப்பான் பாடினாலோ நெஞ்சில் வந்து கூடியிருப்பான் போல புல்லாங்குழலூதி போல புல்லாங்குழலூதி கோபிகளை கள்ளம்மாடி கொஞ்சம் போல வெண்டை தாடி என்று கேட்டு ஆட்டம் ஆடும் விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் பக்கத்து வீட்டு பெண்ணை அழைப்பான் முகாரி ராகம் பாடச் சொல்லி வம்பு கிழுப்பான் பக்கத்து வீட்டு பெண்ணை அழைப்பான் முகாரி ராகம் பாடச் சொல்லி வம்பு கிழுப்பான் எனக்கு அது தெரியாதென்றா எனக்கு அது தெரியாதென்றால் நெக்குருக கிள்ளி விட்டு அவள் விக்கி விக்கி அழும்போது இது தாண்டி மூகாரி என்பான் விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் விஷமகார கண்ணன் பெண்ணை பானை மூடக்கூடாது இவன் வந்து விழுங்கினாலும் கேட்க கூடாது இவன் அம்மா கிட்டே சொல்லக்கூடாது சொல்லிவிட்டால் அட்டகாசம் தாங்க முடியாது சும்மா ஒரு பேச்சுக்கானும் திருடன் என்று சொல்லிவிட்டான் சும்மா ஒரு பேச்சுக்கானும் திருடன் என்று சொல்லிவிட்டான் உன் அம்மா பாட்டி கண்ணன் என்பான் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் வேடிக்கையாய் பாட்டும் பாடி விதவிதமாய் ஆட்டம் ஆடி நாழிக்கொரு லீலை செய்யும் நந்தா கோபால கிருஷ்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன் விஷமக்கார கண்ணன். ஹரி ஓம் அங்கிள்.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bindu, Himabindu. Bindu? Bindu, Himabindu.
Yes, uncle. Hari Om.
You see, in Narayaniyam, this Rasa Leela is beautiful.
Yes, uncle.
Each verse, the very chanting is like dancing, right?
Yes, uncle.
So you select one verse tomorrow, right?
Yes.
One sloka from Narayaniyam on Rasa Leela, one sloka only. Tomorrow you can sing.
Yes, uncle.
Please do it tomorrow. Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because on Rasa Leela day, they have their program. We don't want to interfere. That is day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow you sing from Narayani. Okay?
Okay.
Right, Narayana. Why is this Bala Leela of Krishna so enchanting, so famous? Why is that? Have you ever thought about it? It is because Krishna, we feel too close to him. We were playing, we were doing mischief. He was playing, he was doing mischief. We were stealing, he was stealing. We were telling lies, he was telling lies. So we feel a closeness with Krishna. But when you feel closeness with Krishna, none of us can ever forget his divinity too. So the closeness will only give a bond, but his divinity will eradicate all our faults. His divinity eradicate all our faults. The closeness with Krishna makes us totally identify with him. And this identification is one of the main requisites of Bhakti Marga, total identification. And that happens with Krishna because it's enchanting life. It's enchanting life. It's glorious life. And so yesterday we saw Putana. Putana offered poison-covered breast. Means what? She offered bad vasanas. But when they are offered to Bhagavan, Bhagavan converts them into good vasanas. That's why when she was burnt, there was flavor, there was good scent everywhere. The whole area, few miles were covered with good fragrance. Because she offered her vasanas to Bhagavan, Bhagavan divinizes them. That is the story of Putana. And we did thereafter is Bala Leelas, but in between there are two more. One is Shakatasura. Shakata is cart, wheel, the wheel of life, which goes on moving from one place to the other. It was loaded with parts of milk and butter and all that. Our life is also loaded with parts of vasanas. When you keep Krishna under the cart, when you keep Krishna in your heart, when Vasudeva too, he kept Krishna on his head. When you keep Krishna in your heart, he kicks this cart of births and deaths, and all the vasanas tumble down. That is Shakatasura. Then there was one Trinavarta. Trinavarta is cycles of desires, never-ending desires, go on, multiply. And that, with that desire, man wants to catch infinite happiness God. With this type of desirous mind, man wants to catch the infinite in him. It's not possible. He will crack down under its weight. The finite cannot take the infinite. So was Trinavarta. Trinavarta thought he will lift Bhagavan and throw him down. But he could not carry his weight, and Trinavarta collapsed. Right? So therefore, today we will see one of the very interesting, very famous episode, Damodara. Dama means rope. Udara means belly. Where the rope is tied to the belly of Krishna. Damodara Upakhyanam. Damodara episode. This is the 9th skanda, or this is the 9th chapter of the 10th skanda. What is the significance here? We will see, but if you know also a little bit, you will listen to that with that information. You cannot catch Bhagavan with eye and mind. You can only catch Bhagavan with pure devotion. He is Bhakta Paradhina. He becomes a slave to the devotee. You try to catch him through eye and mind. You know, I have arranged a Ekadasa Rudra Mahayagnam for 11 days with 111 pujaris and with 108 homakundams. I have done that. You think you will catch Bhagavan with that? He will go away from that because full of ego. Eye and mind. I have been chanting Gayathri every day, 1,000 times for the last 10 years. I have been chanting every day, Rudram Chamakam, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Lalita Sahasranamam, etc., etc., etc. I go to Tirupati every month once. I do Anga Pradetshanam. Definitely, you will have some benefit. Do not say there is no benefit at all. But the benefit that you should get, you deserve to get for all these actions, is decimated by the ego. You will definitely get benefit. But what you deserve to get through these actions is decimated by ego. So if you want to catch Bhagavan only through pure love, nothing else. There is a very interesting episode. There is a very interesting episode I heard somewhere. One lady was deeply thinking Narada came and said, what? You are thinking about Krishna? This lady said, no, this fellow doesn't allow me to do anything. He is sitting in the heart. I'm trying to pluck him and throw him out. He is not allowing me to do anything. That is love. That is devotion. That is love. That is devotion. Where you have no fear of Bhagavan, he is your friend. Where you don't want anything from Bhagavan, because he will not leave anything to be done which you need. And therefore, he is your best friend. That's why in Gita he often says, Sakha Cheti, Bhakta Cheti. Because you are my friend, because you are my devotee, he tells Arjuna, I am telling you this. In Gita he repeats. So, 9th chapter significance is that Bhagavan cannot be caught through eye and mind. He can only be caught through devotion. So, I will read the original and explain. Kvachit, sorry, that is Tam Stanyakama Asadya Mathananti Janani Harihi Gruhitva Dirghaman Dadimantanam Neshedat Preeti Mavahan Tam Angamarudham Apayayat Stanam Sneha Sasmiti Ichiti Mukham Sasmiti Ichati Mukham Atrukta Musrudya Javenasa Yatha Uchichamane Payasi Twadisrite Sanjata Kopaha Spuritarunadhuram Sandashya Dadni Dadimanta Bhajanam Bhitva Musha Asrudusha Dashmana Raho Jaghasa Hayyangavam Antaram Gataha Tam Sanyakama. He wanted to drink mother's breast milk. Asadya approaching. Matananti churning, who was churning. Janani mother. Harihi Krishna. Gruhitva catching hold of her. Datimantanam neveshat. He stopped her churning. Preeti Mavahan, she, out of love for him, Tam Mangamaro Arudham Apayayat, she took him on her lap. Tanam Snehasutam, Sasmiti Ikshati Mukam, seeing his lovely, beautiful face, she was feeding him. Atrupta Usrudya Javena Sa Yatha Uchichamane Payasi Cha Adisrite. When he was not satisfied yet of drinking mother's milk, Atruptam Usrudya, leaving him, Javena hastily, Sa Yatha Uchichamane Payasi Padisrite, because she heard the sound, milk boiling, she left him and went to bring down the milk pot that's overheated. And then what did he do? So that milk is more important than me. Sanjata Kopaha Spuritarunadharam Sandashya Pallakadigra. Dadbihi Dadimanta Bhajanam Bhitva. He breaks the pots. Mrusha crocodile. Asrudrusha Dashmana, shedding crocodile tears. Aho Jagasa Hayyangav Mantaram Gataha. Then he went inside for butter. Ulukale angry, upare vyavasthitam markaya kamam dadutam shichistipam. He goes inside that pot which is kept on the chichi means that which hangs, where you keep the pots in the villages. Chichistitam, Ulukalangre Upari, it sits on the grinding stone. Markaya Kamam Dattam. I told you yesterday, everywhere he gives to the monkeys because they helped him in the last life. Hayyangam Saurya Vishankitam Ichanum Nirichapacha Sutam Agamat Shanahi Tamatta Yestim Prasamicha Satvaraha Tato Avarukya Apasasara Dhitavat Gopyanyadhavan Nayam Yam Apa Yoginam Nam Yam Apa Yoginam Chamam Praveshtum Tapaseritam Manaha Na Ayam Apa Yoginam. Yogis cannot catch it. Chamam, they cannot catch it. Praveshtum Tapaseritamanaha. Through endless tapas, they cannot catch him. That Lord, this Amma, goes to catch him with the stick, ST. Catch and beat him because he has broken the thing. And what does he do? He saw her, Avarukya, getting down. Apasasara started fleeing. Bhitavat, as though afraid. And then what did she do? She went on chasing and got exhausted and, breathing heavily. Bhagavan saw, Ayo, Amma. So he allowed himself to be caught. She caught him. He allowed himself to be caught. She caught him, and then she was trying to tie him down to the Ulukala. Tad dama badhyamanasya swarbhakasya krutagasaha dvayangulam nonam. Tad dama, that rope, badhyamanasya, when she was about to tie, swarbhakasya, her own child, krutagasaha, one who did the mischief, dvayangulam nonam, that rope was short by 2 inches. What is 2 inches? I and mine. If you have, there is a gap of 2 inches, you cannot tie Bhagavan. The rope cannot reach the other end when there is I and mine. That is the 2 inches. We will see why it is repeated so many times, that 2 inches. Dvayangulam nonam abhutena sandhadenyacha gopika yadasit tadapi nunam. She will bring another, that is also 2 inches nunam. Tena anyadepi sandhade, another one 2 inches short. Tadapi dvayangulam nunam, that also 2 inches short. Yade yadadatta bandhanam evam swagehe dhamani yashoda sandhadatyapi gopinam susmayanti nam smayanti vismita bhavati. She brought all the ropes, any number of ropes, 2 inches short. Adding insult to injury, he is already torturing her. Insult to injury, all the other gopis are smiling at her plight. And then Bhagavan saw, so Matuhu kinna gatraya parishramam Krishnaha krupaya asit swabandhane. Seeing her plight, Krishna swabandhane krupaya asit. He allowed herself to tie him down. Na ayam sukhapo Bhagavan dehinam gopika sutaha jnaninam cha atmabhutanam yata bhakti matameha. Yada bhakti matameha, na jnaninam. People who have fund of information. Jnanis means that is the meaning. And who struggle hard with Sravana Manana Nididhyasana, they are not able to catch Bhagavan as with innocent, pure love. Ulukalam Vikarshantam Dhamna, then what happened? She left because she is tied down. And then he started dragging that Ulukala. Ulukala means pounding stone. And there were two Yamala trees, Yamala Arjuna trees. And he went through them. They broke, and to them there were two Gandharvas who came. Who were they? One was Nalakovara, the other was Manigriva. What happened? They were bathing in Manasarovar because that's the place of Kubera. They are Kubera's children, with all ladies, all without dress. Narada went, the ladies, at least that much sense they had. Narada is coming, so they covered. These two people were so stubborn, even when Narada comes, they didn't cover. Nalakobara and Manigriva. Then Narada cursed, oh, you are so stubborn. You deserve to be trees, motionless. You are stubborn. And then he said, when Krishna is born in Gokula, he will save me. And that is how Krishna, to make the word of Narada come true, drags the Ulukula and the trees break, the Gandharvas appear. You must remember, I have told you several times, every curse in Bhagavata is a blessing. When will these arrogant Gandharvas, sons of Kubera, the rich man's illiterate, indulgent children, the rich man's, not rich man's, I should use Gurudev word, the filthy rich man's, that's Gurudev's word, the filthy rich man's children, uncivilized, uncultured children, arrogant children, when they could have ever in their life got liberation, any number of lives they couldn't have got. Narada cursed them and they got liberated by Krishna. This is how all curses liberate those people. That is how all our life, all the so-called unpleasant things that we meet are all the blessings of God. Are all the blessings of God. So after that, this Nalakobara and Manigriva pray to Krishna. We have been reckless. Through the grace of Narada, we could be released by you. From now onwards, Krishna, please bless us with this. Vani Gunanu Katane. Let our tongue always sing your glories. Sravani Kathayam. Let our ears continuously hear Kathas. Hastaucha Karmasu. Let our hands be involved in serving you. Manaha. Tava Padayoho. Nasmrutyam Chiraha. Our head, remembering your glories, should always prostrate to your feet. Nivasa Jagat Praname Drushtihi. We should see you everywhere. Satam Darshane Astu. All the time, let us meet Bhagavatas, Satsang, Satam, Sadhus, and let us see the world, or let us see the Sadhus as your own Swarupa, Bhagavat Tanunam. Let our drishti be on our body, and we see everything there, or we see you in everything. This should be our preoccupation, O Bhagavan. All our senses all our organs of action, everything should be totally involved in contemplation on you. That is the prayer. So that is 9th and 10th chapters of the 10th skanda. Then beautiful thing happens. Very interesting. So what happens is they saw Putana, Shekatasura, Rinavarta, and then these trees being broken, and then from that Gandharvas come, so many things. And they, all the villages said, because of Krishna, all these people are coming and disturbing. They didn't think, therefore we leave Krishna elsewhere. They said, we want Krishna, so we will all leave this place. Can you imagine? If some naughty man, naughty boy is troubling your family, what will you do? You would like to get rid of him. You would like to get rid of him. You will banish him. And Mahabharata advises that if you want to save a country, desert a state. If you want to save a state, desert a district. If you want to desert a save a district, desert a town. Like that it goes. If you want to save a family, desert an individual. That is even advised in Mahabharata. But here what the villagers do? They say, Krishna is troubled here, so we will all move out. Can you believe that? One man is troubled, and instead of leaving him, they said, we will all leave this place. They leave Gokula, go to Vrindavan. They leave Gokula, go to Vrindavan for one child. What is the love that he has commanded in them? The love that he has commanded in them. They go there, and then again the Rakshasas came, Vaschasura and Bakasura. I told you, Vaschasura, Vascha is attachment. Baka is pretense. Baka, crane. Crane always appears to meditate, only to catch the fish. Right? So these two asuras also come there, and he kills. Then what happens? Then this is a lovely episode, 3 chapters together. The story is completed, 12, 13, and 14. This is the episode of Aghasura. Agha means sin. Aghasura, personification of sin. Aghasura, personification of sin. Kvachide, Vanashaya Manodadat, Vrajat Prataha Samuktaya Vayasya Vastapan Prabodhayan Srungaravena Charuna Vinirgato Vasta Purassaro Harihi Harihi Vastaha Purassaro Vinirgataha. How he woke them up all Srungaravena through blowing the horn. Very interesting. Srunga is horn. Cow or buffalo horn. When you blow through that, sound will come. That's understandable. But modern cars, that sound making instrument is also called horn. That's interesting. Right? Kvachid Vanashaya Manodadat Vrajat Prataha Samuktaya. They got up all in the morning because they wanted to go to a picnic. Vanashaya, picnic. Vanabhojana. Vayasya, friends. Vachapan, all the cowhead boys. Prabodhayan, Krishna only wakes them up. And then when they go, Krishna walks fast, and all these boys run after him and try to catch him. Yadi duram gataha Krishno vanashobha ichanaya. Krishna is goes fast, engrossed in seeing the beauty of the forest. When he has gone away a little distance, and these people try to catch him, Aham Purvam, Aham Purvam. I first, I first, I first. They caught Krishna. I first, I first, I first. Aham Purvamati, Sansprushyatai, Sansprushya, Remi Re. They rebelled. Itham, thus, Tatam Brahma Sukhanubhutya, Dasyam Gatanam, Paradevati. Thus, these people who became the dasas of Bhagavan. In turn, Bhagavan is their dasa, Bhakta Paradena. Children, cowherd boys, what the Jnanis could not get, they could easily, without effort, Brahma Sukhana Bhutya, they enjoyed that Brahmananda. They enjoyed that Brahmananda. Why? Why Jnanis don't get? Why several people did so much of tapas didn't get? How much struggled Vishwamitra? How these boys got pure loving heart. If you have a pure, non-judgmental, loving heart, Bhagavan stays in that house, your heart. If you have a pure, simple, humble, loving heart, Bhagavan stays in that heart. You must all ask me, so Bhagavan stays only in that heart. He stays everywhere, but you cannot feel him when it is covered by ego, egocentric desires, jealousy, greed, anger, hatred. You cannot see Bhagavan. When the heart is pure, you can see Bhagavan. These children, only Krishna for them. And now what did he say? They enjoyed Brahmananda. What when people will say when Rasa Leela happens? Bhagavan flirted with girls. Is that true? These boys having everyday Rasa Leela. And they were enjoying the Brahmananda. Those ladies only once in lifetime. And they never gone to this height of these boys. And they never, these boys never struggled. They struggled. Not only that, there is one more episode where Bhagavan shows these boys, Varana Loka, Brahma Loka, all these boys see. Therefore, whoever talks nonsense, you be sure that fellow has not read the book. Why are you taking him serious? Somebody who has not read the book makes useless comments. Why are you trying to discuss him? Right? Ittam satam brahma sukhanubhutya dasyam gatanam paradevatin yat pada pamsu bahujanma kruchato dhrutatmabihi yogibihi api alabhya, whose dirt of the feet, bahujanma kruchataha, hard penances, several lives, dhrutatmabihi yogibihi, the yogis, api alabhya, the dust of his feet is alabhya for them also. Saeva, that Lord only, yad drugvishaya swayam stitaha, that Lord has become an object of perception before them. They could see him, they could touch him, they could talk to him. Varnayate dishtamato prajaukasa. How can I explain the fortune of these people, residents of Brajabhumi? Drushtvarbhakam Krishna mukhan agasuraha kansanu shishtaha sabaki bakanujaha ayam tume sodara nashak tvayoho dvayoho mama yenam sa balam hanishki. Agasura, you know, here he comes in the form of python. That Bakasura came in the form of a crane. That Vastasura came in the form of a cock. Later on, they are not those forms. They take any form they like. And for killing Krishna, they take different forms. Here, he takes the form of a python. Why? He should appear as though a cave about 100 miles from his lower jaw to the higher jaw. These boys see it as a cave, but doesn't appear to be a cave because bad smell is coming. So they didn't know whether it's a cave or whether it's anything. They couldn't even understand. So this Agashura, who is this Agashura? Brother of that Vatsasura, Bakasura and Putana. He is the brother of Bakasura and Putana. So he says, they killed my sister and brother. I must kill this boy along with all his routine. Iti vyavasya ajagaram brihad bapuhu sa yojanayama mahadri pivaram 100 miles. Yojana means 8 miles. Okay. Drutva adbhutam vyapta gruhanam patapati vyashetam grasana ashaya khala. So to swallow them, he was positioning himself in the path. Yasman kematra grasita navastanayam tadachet bhagavad vinanchati. See the confidence of these boys. See the confidence of this boy. They said, doubt, what is this? Bad smell is coming, it seems to be a living thing. But there is no motion. It seems to be like a cave. What is this? Whatever it is, what does it matter? We will enter. If it tries to kill us, Krishna will finish it off like he finished off that crane. Krishna will take care. Enter. That is the faith. That is the faith. Asman kimatra grasita nivastanayam tata ched bhagavat vinanchati kshanat anena iti baka ushat mukham vichayodha santaha karatadanaihi yayuhu, clapping their hands, dancing and singing. They entered into the mouth of Aghasura. Tan vichya Krishnaha sakala abhayapadaha sa ananyanathan swara sukarad avachyutan dinam cha mrityoho jaturagni ghasan grunardito dishta krutena vismataha. Seeing that Krishna himself feels nonplussed, desperate. What is these boys doing? They have slipped from my hand. They have entered into this Aghasura. How am I going to save them? Because if I try to save them, he will powder them before I can reach. If I kill him, they are crushed. Well, how do I save them? Krishna is nonplussed. What did these boys do? So he was worried, and then Jataragnigasan, like straws, they entered into fire. Grunardito dista krutena vismata. Krishna was wondering. Tat srutva bhagavan Krishna to avyayaha sa arbha vasakan churni chikisho. Aghasura was thinking churni, to powder these boys. Atmanam tasya. He entered the mouth because that's what Aghasura was waiting. He didn't crush the boys immediately because he wanted Krishna to enter. Krishna did enter and grew his size so much, and his Aghasura's breathing stopped. Krishna pierced his body, came out. Tasya Baurude Gale, Tato Atikayasya Niruddha Margano, Rudgirna Druste, Brahmatastiva Tataha Purno, Antarange, Pavano, Niruddho, Murdan, Nispatya Vinirgato Bahihi, Vinirgato Bahihi. He came out. That is the 12th skanda. Then what happens after that? Sarve Mito, they came for the picnic, Sarve mito darshayantaha swaswaha bhoja ruchi prusak asanto hasayantascha abhyavajah saha ishvaraha. Ishvaraha, the Lord, it will come in the next verse, who takes only, who is fed every day with yajna, naivedya, in yajnas, all rich food from all the rajas. Ashwamedha Yaga and all that. Devatas doing yajnas. That Lord here having a curd rice in his left hand, standing in the center, boys encircling him with all those. Each one has got something: curd rice, owl, or pickle, because they're all poor boys. Each one got that. They were showing, see mine, see mine, see mine, see mine. Krishna is standing in between with that curd rice. Sarve mito darshayantah swaswaha bhoja rutihi rutak santo hasayantaha. They're laughing and they make others laugh. Bibrad venu jatara patayoho srunga vetre na kuche vamapanau asruna kavalam tat palani angulishu tistan madhe swapari suhrudo hasayan narmabihi swaiswargo mishati bubuje yagnabhuku balakelihi. Yagnabhuku, the one who used to take only yagna naivedya, balakelihi, here with the children who are showing their food, palane angulishu, having pickles and chilies in their in between their fingers. Tistan madhye, he standing in between. Swapari srutudo hasayan, making jokes with his friends. Narmabihi. Swaihi Swarge Loke Nishati. Every day these boys were enjoying Rasalila. What Rasalila is tuppence compared to these boys' enjoyment. Vastaha Antarvane Duram Vivishya Trunalobitaha Tan Društva Bhayasantrastan Uche Krishnaha Asya Bhayam. They saw their cows are missing. Krishna said, you Mitrani Ashanma Viramate, you don't stop eating. You go on eating. I will go and search and come back. He said, you don't stop eating. I will go and search and come back. Viramate Haneshe, I will bring those cows and calves, which in one Bhagavan Krishna Sapani Kavalo. He is still having his kavala, the morsel in his hand, and went on searching, but he could not find. Yada vasan adrushva yetya. He didn't see the cows and calves. He came to the Yamuna banks where they were all sitting. Pulinemi Vastapan Vishwa. The boys are also disappeared. Then Vishwavid, the one who knows everything, Sarvam Vidhikrutam, understood this is all a drama of Brahma. Krishna Sahaja Avajagamaha. He understood this is all the drama of Brahma, and let him play his game. After all, he is my son. Let him have some joy. Let him have some joy. So he allowed him. And then what did he do? Because at home they have to return. All mothers will be waiting. So what did he do? Tataha Krishnaha mudam kartum tan matrunam yavad vasakalpaka vapur yavat karangrayadikam yavad yasti vishana veda dalashig yavat vibhushanambaram yavat chila gunab dakriti vacho yavat viharadikam sarvam vishnumayam giro angavadajaha sarvasvarupo bhabhau. He became all forms. What all forms? Calves, cows, covered boys. Not only that, their mannerisms and tucking the flute in the dhoti and the belly in between that, and having that yasti, that stick in the armpit, and everybody, their dress, their mannerisms, all exactly like that. Krishna became all and went to Gokula. Then what happened there? See, this is very interesting. Gogopinam matrutasmin sarva sneha vallayad manmaham shanaihi nisima vavrude Krishna tatpurvam. When these gopis saw these boys, these cows and these calves, their love multiplied, as was their love for Krishna. Could you catch that humor there? Or humor or the greatness? They didn't love the children as much as they loved Krishna. So this time, when all their children, when all the calves came, they found their love to them as much as they used to love Krishna. What a wonderful way of presenting. Their own children, they didn't love that much. And now, when Krishna becomes all and comes, they are able to love them as they used to love Krishna. Itma Atma Atmana Atmanam Vatsapara Visheda Sah Palayan Vatsapo Varsham Sikrid. Like that, 1 year has gone. Varsha means here 1 year has gone. Vanagostayohu. Evam, thus Sammohayan Vishnuhu Vimoham Vishwamohanam Swayeva Mayaya Majepi Swayameva Vimohitaha. Brahmaji wanted to delude Vishwamohanam, the one who deludes the entire world, Swayeva Maya, through his Maya, Swayamayeva Vimohitaha. He himself got deluded. Brahma wanted to delude Krishna, who deludes the entire world, and got himself deluded. Ata Kshamasva Achyutame. And then he realizes his mistake and he discovered, I am not the only Brahma. I could only create from what he created. He doesn't need me. He can create anything at any time. He knew that it was Krishna. Ata Kshamasva Achyuta. Achyuta, forgive me. Utchepanam garbhagatasya padayoho kim kalpate mahu adochada agase. Thus the mother feels bad when the son in the womb kicks her. So you are my father and mother, and therefore forgive me, as the mother will not mind the child kicking in the belly. Forgive me. Ajanatam tot padavi manatma padamim anatman atma atmana bhasi vitatya mayam. Through your maya, you, who is the self of all, who has no form, is here taken a form and playing your maya. And then 1 year gone, and he leaves all these people and the cows and calves. These boys didn't know it's 1 year gone. They only thought Krishna is just returned, searching. They thought it just happened, because 1 year in Brahmaloka is not even 5 seconds of our time. They didn't know 1 year has gone. And then when Krishna
Is the screen frozen for everybody else?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
हाँ मैं देती हूँ ना खाना तो रेडी है
Uncle is not there. I guess Uncle lost connection.
ये भी डाल के कचरा कचरा है
Long back.
डालने को ले लिया सब्जी का कचरा था वो लेगा मंजू लेकर अच्छा
You're on mute, uncle.
Right? Hello?
Ipo
Yeah, now it's
uncle.
okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the fifth this thing is Dhenukasura was a ass, donkey, and he had a big,
Somebody has to tell him that
very
he's on
greedy
mute.
fellow. This Dhenukasura represents greed, right? And the children said, there is a big garden there, lot of lovely fruit, but there is a Asura there, who is called by the ass-like one. He doesn't allow, he kills people. That is all. It's a challenge and a pickle to Balarama and Krishna. They enter there, kill him. And then what happens? When they enter there, Lakshmana served Rama so much in Rama avatar. Now Krishna wanted to repay. That's why he was born as younger, Balarama as elder, so he can serve him. And now he praises Balarama. Oh, Ami Devavara Amararchite Padambujam Te Sumanaha Palarkanam Namanti Upadaya Shikarihi Atmanaha Tamopahatyai Tarujanma Yatkritam. All these trees, Anna, all these trees want to offer their fruits to you. So they are bent down. And yete alinaha, all these bees, tava yasho akil, all these bees are singing your glories. Lokatirtham gayamta adi purushanupade bhajanti prayo ami muni. Probably these bees who are singing your glories are munis in the previous life. Bhavadeva mukhya gude vane api na jahanti na jahanti avadhanma daivam nrutyantami shikina idya muda harinya. These deers are all dancing by your side. Like that, Krishna praises Balarama, and that is the 15th chapter of the 10th skanda, Dhenukasura Vada. And now the next is Kaliya Mardhan, 16th this thing. Tomorrow we shall see that. Can anybody sing Uttukuli is Kaliya Mardhan tomorrow? Uttukuli is Kaliya Mardhan, is beautiful. Okay. But Bindu is going to sing on Narayaniyam Rasalila tomorrow, one song, only one verse, okay? Right? And now we'll have a small bhajan before we close. Small, 2 minutes. Anybody can sing. Ramesh ji, you can sing 2 minutes. Or Girija Ma, you can all sing.
Uncle, I'll sing tomorrow.
Okay, okay. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti